Hi everybody, I just wanted to do a little video to recognise some of the things that I think are going on for people right now. We're in a time of new normal, I guess, and it's not something that many of us will have had time to reconcile or be used to yet, and I think that we're all recognising in ourselves a response and a reaction to what's going on in the world. But I think it's really important for us to recognise that these feelings that we have are normal, but they're different for each and every one of us. So for some people, they may be feeling dysregulated, confused, stunned, a little bit lost, certainly isolated. Some people may be feeling agitated, other people like they want to withdraw. And we're in a state of community trauma, of collective trauma right now. And so for some people, those feelings, those states, those reactions will be new and can feel quite confusing or overwhelming. And it's really important to take time to process that and get used to it, and find a way that's right for you to work with it. But I think it's also really important to recognise that for some people with a history of trauma, this situation in the world with coronavirus will be tapping into many feelings that they may have had in the past or may be really familiar with because of traumatic experiences. And we know that people go into various different states when they've experienced trauma. They may go into shutdown or withdrawal. They may go into this fight state, this agitated, attacked state where we feel like we've kind of got to go hell for leather and be on our guard. And other times we may lose that emotional language and it just comes spilling out in a physiological way. So I think it's really important for those people that have experienced previous trauma that they take extra care of themselves. It is normal that in a state of community trauma, collective trauma that's going on in the world, that some of those feelings are exacerbated right now. And some of them might be really old. You might not have felt this way for some time, and the current situation is really triggering those previous states. So I do this video really to encourage self-care, particularly when we're experiencing unusual, out of the ordinary experiences emotionally and physiologically, and to promote understanding and awareness of other people and what they might be going through, but also of ourselves, that we can take that extra time to reflect on how this is impacting us. We're all humans, so whatever our role is in all of this, whether we're now a stay-at-home parent or whether we are still at work, whatever the situation, we're all going to have a reaction to that, and it feels weird, and we're going to need extra care at this time. So I've come up with a list of things that we could all do to promote our health, especially for people that have got a history of trauma. First of all, I would say that we need to practice mindfulness. And when I say mindfulness, I don't mean kind of deep meditation. I mean trying to constantly focus on those things that are happening in our world around us now, and stop our brains galloping away with us and ruminating about all the things that could be. So really take some time to just bring our focus back to the here and now, and get that balance. So balance is really important, that we think about all the things, the emotions, the physical states that are being triggered in us, but also to try and get some focus on some kind of positives and some balance. So give those feelings, give that physiological state the time, acknowledge it, but also find some positives, find some hope, find some opportunity in the current situation. Are there things that can come out of the current situation that maybe you've not got round to? Maybe they're an opportunity, maybe that it's an opportunity to change something, do something, start something, speak to someone. So yeah, to get that balance. I think also to find activities that are soothing. So in a time of complete and utter change, finding activities that are soothing for us as individuals. So for one person that might be yoga, for another person that might be listening to your favourite music and stomping around, you know, whatever it is for you. And to also recognise that physically our environments are changing. So for those people that are quite active, you know, they might be at work 9 till 6 every day, and now working from home, or you might be, you know, used to exercising. Just that general state of physical exertion that go about our lives might have changed, and so you might be sat with more energy, and you might need to find ways of expelling that energy physically, so that you can kind of recuperate and find a sense of settled. So yeah, I would say kind of be in the moment, find some balance, acknowledge how you're feeling. And then the final one for me is expression. So for some people that might be making time to talk about how it is they're feeling, or sharing those experiences to somebody else. But for other people it might just be writing, engaging in the arts, or, you know, whatever it is for somebody. If you need to express that emotional state, those experiences, then do. And recognise that we are all going to respond to this differently, but we're all responding to it. And to find some patience within ourselves for other people, and to find some patience for ourselves, and to try and find some way of regulating what's going on for us. It's very easy when we're all in this state together, this collective state of community trauma, that we are not only dysregulated by our own internal experiences, but we absorb that of others. So to take time to recognise that actually we need some downtime from that. Can we limit the messages that we're getting from other people? Can we find time to not be absorbing the messages and the worry from the news, from our community, from our family, from our peers? Just take time for ourselves, and to recognise that this is a real experience. And for those people with a history of trauma, this will have extra pertinence right now, and that's normal. We just have to find a way to get through this, and to turn to each other and be patient and supportive of each other, and to adjust to our new normal.